Leonardo DiCaprio needs all the money that I can supply him.
The Jane Does. Did it?
Do you hear that?
I can hear it.
Yeah.
That growled into the microphone. That was amazing.
I'm nervous about that.
And even better is that we were recording.
Oh.
Okay. Ready to do our intro?
All right. Howdy, y'all.
Hey.
We're back.
This is Sierra.
And this is Pearl.
And we
we're
are the Jane Does. We have yet to get like a good actual introduction.
If you guys didn't know.
It's fine. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
So,
if you just heard that, that was my stomach growling.
And it's fine. It happens to all of us because we're humans.
So you might hear that throughout the entire episode.
We hope you like it.
And you know what? It's my gift to you.
So this episode is called Did These Really Happen? Mm-hmm. And it is about urban legends and folklore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's... And like we said, we are keeping up on our promises. This is our first episode that's not about murder.
What?
Except my story is a little bit about murder.
Shocking.
So
we just can't stay away from it.
I love murder so much.
It's more of a creature urban legend.
Mm-hmm. And we have to be completely transparent with you. We told each other our stories before this, so we're not going to be very surprised.
No, but it's for you guys' benefit. Mm-hmm. We had a bit of an issue, but we're good now.
we had a bit of an issue.
An issue.
And we're fine now. So,
should we get into hot topics?
Let's get into the hot tops.
So, my first hot topic is the Lizzie Borden movie.
Yes.
Starring Chloe.
Oh no!
We still don't know how to pronounce his last name. She's from American Horror Story. Yes. Savigny.
I love her very much. I just don't know how to say her name.
There's like an accent over the I in her name.
It's French. It's very French.
I should call my mom then. Ma?
She's our first interview on this podcast.
She just says words in French.
It's a 5-second interview where she just says a name and hangs up.
Savigny?
It's just really pretentious sounding.
Yes.
It's like Sauvignon.
Sauvignon?
It's
Sauvignon Blanc. The wine.
Also her and also Kristen Stewart.
Kristen? Oh.
We don't know any name.
I'm so sorry, Miss Stewart.
She's standing in the corner.
Chloe is starring as Lizzie Borden herself, and Miss Stewart is starring as the maid. And they seem to have a connection.
Oh my god. Like, I love that.
I'm super excited to see this movie.
Because before this, I remember you mentioning this to me, but before this, I had no idea that, like, something gay might have happened in Lizzie Borden's life. I don't know how true this movie is. You
might research it, and I might be completely wrong, but I swear when, I first... Yeah. Back when the what's her name?
Oh my god, do we just not know names on this podcast?
She played Christina. Ricci.
Christina Ricci.
When she played Lizzie Borden on the Lifetime movie.
Uh-huh.
I just felt like there was implications.
There was, yeah.
And I feel like I started researching her after the Lifetime movie and was like, oh, there's something a little more going on, I guess.
And then a director took that story and they're like, we're going to make a movie just about that. Yeah. I love that.
But, again...
Who knows?
I'm not sure. And do you have or should I go again? Because I have three. I have three topics.
You have three? Pearl and I saw 8th Grade.
We did.
At the theaters. It was an amazing movie. I loved it so much. Just going back to that point in my life where I was like, I promised myself in a way that I would never kind of look back on that because it's such a cringe-inducing time. I think in all of our lives, just universally.
Yeah.
But, to see someone that I could have related to in 8th grade, that, and to understand that it's such a universal experience, to just feel isolated and feel just awkward and kind of alone, it was cathartic in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just have to say, that was the most, we talked about this, the most accurate representation of that period of your life I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I had the worst secondhand embarrassment in that movie.
Because you understood, what was going on.
You know, as a girl with an anxiety disorder, I felt that girl's pain.
Yeah, straight 100%. Up flashbacks.
flashback, and I was homeschooled.
Yeah.
But, like, I was still feeling those, like...
Yeah, which shows how universal of an experience it is. Is, like, no matter how you were raised, you still have that same, like... Just,
awkward,
like,
shy.
that feeling of, like, just burning inside just at all times.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is invalidated by, like, other older people who have even been through it and maybe forgot how much everything was, like, so important to them in 8th grade.
Yeah. And it was realistic. Bo Burnham did a fantastic job.
Oh my god, I love Bo Burnham so much. He's a genius, honestly.
Yeah.
I think everyone should see this movie. We were in the theater. There were only, like, 3 other people in the theater, and I know. Like, what an injustice. I really think everyone needs to see this movie, quite honestly.
My next topic. On July 23rd, authorities released new reconstructions of 2 of John Wayne Gacy's unidentified victims. Now, we know that there are 6 unidentified victims. They found 2. They, not found, they named. Yeah. They named 2. And he just released, the authorities just released 2 reconstructions of 2 of them.
Okay.
And I'll be posting those
on
the Instagram and Twitter. Maybe the Facebook too.
Just the social medias.
Yeah, I'll post it on the episode detail post.
Yeah, that's good. Something that I didn't realize before even getting into this podcast, I would say, is how many, like, victims go unidentified.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that Jane and John Doe's were, like, rare cases.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, once I started looking into it, there's entire networks. Yeah. Like, there's a website, there's multiple websites dedicated to them. Yeah. And it's just, I didn't know how easy it was to go unidentified.
Yeah. And we listed 2 of the websites that we know of, I think, in episode 2, Jane and John.
That was Namus and the Doe Network.
The Doe Network.
Yeah, but there's tons more. Yeah. Even on, like, Reddit and stuff, they're
all
like,
doing great work.
There are users dedicated to, like, finding the identities of these Jane and Johns.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there are 2
new reconstructions, so go check them out on our social medias. I'll be posting them. Again, if you have any word, if you recognize anything, speak up. That's all I can say about that.
What's your 3rd story?
My 3rd story is Margot Robbie posted the first picture of herself.
Sorry, I just gasped at you saying the name Margot Robbie.
Goddess. My goddess.
Queen?
She posted the first picture of her as Sharon Tate in Quentin Tarantino's Manson family movie called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Do you have it up?
I believe I do. I just dropped my phone. Sorry, everyone. We're shook right now.
Shook.
I'm about to flip the thing around, so if you hear a lot of rustling, it's me flipping my computer.
Oh my god. She looks exactly like her.
Right?
I want to post this one too, you know?
Yeah. Should I post the pics?
Let's post them. Let's let them see what we're seeing. She has like a very 1960s but simple ensemble on. I feel like that's a lot of historic movies kind of get things like that wrong. But actually recently they're kind of getting better at it. But like you'll see a movie set in the 60s and it's like someone in like bright, just like hippie, like Halloween store costume.
Which it's very there's more demure colors around that time that aren't really.
But, oh my god, she looks... I thought that was, like, a perfect casting choice, honestly.
Truthfully.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm super excited. I don't know who the rest of the cast is. Do we know who's playing Manson himself?
I don't know yet. Have they released it?
I think Leonardo DiCaprio is playing a detective.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
That sounds right.
I swear Brad Pitt was playing Manson.
I want to see. Brad Pitt as Manson?
But that's like...
He's too old.
I swear it's...
Brad Pitt is Cliff Booth.
Okay, so no.
Who's Manson?
I want to know.
Are they even going to announce it? Al Pacino's in this, dude?
Quentin's just going off.
Emile Hirsch, Dakota Fanning.
What? Who's Emile Hirsch
playing?
Burt
Reynolds.
Who's Emile Hirsch playing?
Emile Hirsch is playing Jay Sebring.
Is he one of the family members?
Yeah, I think. Wait, who is Jay Sebring?
Maybe I should actually research the Manson family. So
I was gonna say I know the names.
Is Dakota one of the girls?
Oh no, Jay Sebring was one of the victims. Oh. Wow, they look alike. Actually,
truly.
Yeah, in some of these pictures, him and Emil Hirsch look...
Okay, I can't post every picture, but guys, go look up the pictures.
The cast and everything.
They're amazing. They do such a good job.
Also, Tarantino is going to, like... Oh, okay, the movie's called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah. I've definitely heard of this one.
Yeah.
Tarantino's gonna go crazy on this story.
He's gonna go off.
Legitimately, just a crazy man.
No, but seriously, I'm so excited.
Yeah, right?
I'm so excited. Also, did you hear about they're making a movie based off the book Devil in the White City?
I actually haven't even heard of the book.
What's that guy's? Holmes?
H.H. Holmes?
Is it H.H.?
Yeah.
I almost said J.J. The first...
I was going to say Sherlock?
Kind of America's first serial killer.
Yeah.
And Leonardo DiCaprio is playing
H.H. Holmes? Really?
I feel like he plays that type of character well.
Yeah.
As we saw in Django.
But I feel like H.H. Holmes is kind of like a little weird guy. Have you seen pictures of him?
Leonardo DiCaprio is like, short.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about like a little guy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do you guys know a little guy?
But, yeah, have you seen pictures of him? He has, like, that huge mustache, which somehow makes him look smaller.
Yeah.
I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio is just kind of, he's structurally too cool looking.
He's beautiful. I've always been in love with him. But H.H. Holmes looks like someone who, like, tweedles his mustache.
You think Leonardo DiCaprio is right for that? The mustache tweedling,
Leo, listen, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe. I truly believe in you. I'm starting a GoFundMe to cast you as H.H. Holmes, even though I think you're already cast.
He really needs that money right now.
Leonardo DiCaprio needs all the money that I can supply him. Yeah. I make a daily donation to him.
Like $5.
Yes, all I can afford.
He's like, put it in the pile.
He's like, oh, another donation from Pearl. Okay,
should we get into it? Do we have anything else?
All right, let's flip that coin, guys.
We
know how
this
coin.
Works. We're gonna flip it.
Oh, she flipped it. It landed on me.
What is it?
It's tails, which means it's me.
You're first.
You guys, that coin landed on me.
It's fine.
All right.
The coin was like, I choose you.
We're coming in hot. It's Pearl. Okay, so I am covering the Grunch of Grunch Road.
Such a good name. What a creative name.
When I was researching this, the pictures of the Grunch kept showing up.
And you're like, that's not what I want.
I was like, this is not what I'm looking for. Alright, let's get into this. The Grunch is an urban legend based out of East New Orleans, Louisiana. I really wanted to do an urban legend from New Orleans, as the area is vastly known for its mystical and mysterious past and history. And honestly, I love that place even though I've never been.
Yeah, New Orleans.
We want to go. We want to go.
We're gonna go eventually.
Maybe record.
When we have actual money.
Maybe record an episode there. Anyways.
In a bayou somewhere.
In a swamp.
With alligators. Trudging through a swamp with 2 expensive microphones.
Anyways. Legend says that when the eastern suburbs were first developing, there was an old road that was barely traveled and really unknown by inhabitants. While trying to find exactly where this road is located, I've come across several different accounts of where the road is supposedly, which basically means no one really knows where the actual road is that brought to life this urban legend.
Straight up means it's
just thought I should know this.
When someone's like, in an old road somewhere, you know it's straight up made up.
There are several varying stories of what the hell the Grunch is exactly, and I'm going to tell you 2 that have come up the most in my research.
I'm ready.
According to one of the legends surrounding the famed Grunch Road, there was a group of peculiar humans living in the woods surrounding the road. Basically, they were the people who had health conditions and so-and-so abnormalities, or weren't what society considered normal or binary. They were forced to live away from society, of course, because...
Yeah.
Of course they were.
Because...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was during a time when people who weren't the norm were considered basically like the devil, creations of the devil, demon spawn.
True. That still happens.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean...
You know those guys who stand out in the middle of, like, San Francisco with signs that are like, you're the devil if you're gay. And I'm like, I'm fine with it.
So basically, the locals claim that their seclusion led to interbreeding, which combined their supposed abnormalities and led generations to become steadily and again supposedly less human in appearance, which is effed up. During this period of time, Grunch Road was basically considered to be a place for immature adults, teenagers, and children to go look at a free sideshow, which is horribly sad and quite disgusting. It was also considered to be a lover's lane or makeout makeout spot for quote-unquote desperate teens who may or may not have believed the legends.
That's amazing.
And that's disgusting again.
To
and that was
on
when
Grunch Road.
Make out on Grunch Road. You want to go make out on Grunch Road?
Hey, yeah, that's not a Louisiana accent at all.
Who, me or you?
Both of us.
I was just going for Southern.
I don't know what I was going for.
And that was when the supposed disappearances began. Apparently, animals started going missing first, and farmers began to report finding their livestock dead, namely goats, and drained of their blood. Then eventually humans began disappearing too. There are numerous supposed accounts of people seeing strange, deformed creatures at the end of Grunch Road. And more legends say that the people of Grunch Road sold their souls for protection against the normies, and onlookers who basically treated them like trash, and hell yeah, I'd fucking sell my soul too.
I love
just
the
for a little
normies.
protection.
Was the normies a you thing, or was that coming straight from your research?
No, that was just me.
The Grunch.
I did not want to type out normal.
So you typed out normies.
So again,
I can imagine Grunch as being like fucking normies.
How I pay.
They're just alternative. They shop at Hot Topic. They're like.
So
that's
basically
it.
me.
The Grunches were just a bunch of misunderstood emos who were
you know how I patented BTM with
Mm-hmm.
Floyd the Murder. I'm patenting normies.
You can't. That's been.
Yes. So Pearl, let this be known. Pearl made that word.
Pearl made the word normie. So you normies can't go around using it.
Listen, fools, peasants. I'm patenting peasants. That's never been used before.
Peasants and normies. Okay.
And hell yeah, girl, I'd sell my soul.
You'd sell your soul?
Yeah. Others believe the creatures are actually the offspring of the outcast people of Grunch Road, driven insane by the treatment that was handed down to them. And I mean, that's not true, but I could understand going crazy.
Yeah, it's understandable.
From being considered a freak. And
if you straight up lived in the woods for your entire life, I would be mad. Sometimes you need a day inside, you know what I'm saying?
A little me time. So another shorter story of the Grunches. Wow, I can't read right now. I don't have my glasses on. I should start bringing my glasses.
You should.
That'd be integral. So another story of the Grunches tells the tale of the voodoo priestess Marie Laveau.
We love her here.
Or Laveau, whose name you probably recognize from the 3rd season of American Horror Story.
We're big
She's
fans.
played by the fucking fabulous Angela Bassett.
I hate how you could hear the snaps in the distant background.
That's why I did it over here. I wanted to keep that in.
Just ew.
I just tongue popped.
We love her. We love the voodoo queen.
We do. Voodoo priestess.
Priestess. I'm sorry. Please don't curse me.
She will.
Please don't sue me, voodoo priestess.
She's actually here right now. We have a special guest.
Special guest? Voodoo priestess! Come out! Okay.
So basically the story tells that Marie...
Are you good?
Castrated
the
devil baby.
No.
Which is... The devil baby is like a whole other legend in story itself,
yeah.
I guess.
Let's talk about devil baby for a second.
And
the devil baby, is that just the devil?
Doing my research, like people, because a couple websites listed this particular branch of the story.
Yeah.
And they all referred to it as the devil baby.
The devil baby.
And I was like, who?
So the devil
who
was a
he?
baby once? And what year was he, like, born then? 1943.
Not that long ago. 43.
I don't know.
I'm guessing earlier. Like,
you think the devil was born in the 1900s?
The devil was born in 1977.
I love this devil theory that we have going on.
Yeah, he was only, like, he was only referred to as the devil baby.
Of course, the devil is a man.
Ariana Grande, time for a sequel to God is a Woman.
Don't sue us, men. I'm sorry.
So, and the balls of said baby, I guess, sprouted 2 of the creatures, a male and a female.
That's so gross.
So they were like, we're here.
So does that mean there are only like 2 Grunch eye?
I'm guessing if it's a male and female, it's kind of like they started breeding.
Okay.
You know, because this is a true story.
The Grunchies, they're like
the Grunchers.
The Grunchers.
Mr.
They sound like a nice like a shoegaze band.
They're a married couple, actually.
Okay, I'm sorry. A married shoegaze band.
I talked to them about the story. Before coming here.
So that's awkward. I'm sorry, Grunches.
They're actually listening right now. This is pretty awkward. So I'm gonna
they're big fans. I'm sorry, guys.
They love the Jane Does.
I'll get your story. I'll give justice to your story.
One day. I'm so sorry. So sprouted 2 creatures, a male and a female. So supposedly they assaulted Marie and then got the hell out of Dodge.
I would too, because what the hell? Like, that would be a scary experience, just
know.
being born from, like, from a baby, and then just immediately growing into full-on adults.
Oh, what the hell?
I would come out swinging as well, quite honestly.
I came out of the womb full-on with...
Who would be calm in that
just,
situation?
Like, swinging. So some people speculate that this is when Marie gave up voodoo and went back to being a devout Catholic.
Fuck, I would too, dude. Like, that's a freaky moment.
She's like, whoa, I'm done.
Like, I gotta believe in God now.
She's like,
this has never happened.
She's like, I've been possessed. I've been through some shit. But this was enough for me.
Want to know what sucks? Is if that... Obviously, that didn't actually happen. There's no way...
What?
How do you... It didn't happen?
I'm so offended right now.
There would be no way to, like, Google that or anything, because it's literally the 1800s.
Yeah.
Sucks for you. Oh, I'm sorry. Please don't curse me. 1977, you think is when...
Before. Again, I've talked to the Grunches.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Grunches.
Kalila Smith is the instructor of the South Louisiana folklore and legends, and she describes a Grunch as this. This is a quote. He had the legs of a goat. He was the size of a large man, though not tiny like a goat, but he had goat legs, almost like the god Pan. Unlike Pan, he didn't have this funny little personality or funny little flute, and he was actually quite vicious.
When you trash talk Pan in your statement.
Another website.
First of all, that usually goat legs don't sprout from, like, inbreeding. You know what I'm saying?
Are you sure?
A good 80%.
Have you tried it?
You're right. Ew.
Listen. We're starting a GoFundMe.
Ew. I'm done.
Research. We're starting research into this.
Research to see if people become goat people.
You know.
If they live in the woods for too long.
Yeah, like a standard. It's a little bit of research.
Harvard research.
So, Stanford.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's the next experiment at Stanford.
Yeah.
Because we know how well the last one went. Another website describes them as this. A goat-like being appearing to have leathery or scaly black-gray skin and sharp spines with long horns or quills running down its back. This creature stands approximately 3 to 4 feet tall, and they are also said to seem more intelligent and have human-like skills.
3 feet tall.
3 to 4, okay? Give them a credit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They are also said to seem more intelligent and have human-like skills, able to open doors and use tools similar to how a monkey or primate would.
It is said Grunch walks into your workplace 3 feet tall. Why do you keep
insulting them? I told you they're listening.
Sorry, Grunches.
It is said to howl like a wolf. They are said to howl like a wolf, scream like a banshee, or bellow and screech like an ape. This website also described it as a chupacabra.
We love chupacabra here.
Yes.
Chupacabra, yes. Top 10 boys.
Again.
Chupacabra's number 1.
I'm pretty sure she's a girl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're just
because chupacabra, you're right.
Yeah, she's
not
so chupacabra was her husband. So again, you're insulting a whole league of people.
I'm just getting in trouble on this podcast.
All these urban legends are getting very angry. The Grunches are always described as blood-draining creatures, but if you look up the Grunch on Google, all that comes up is a weird-ass picture of, like, these little green, like, dragon guys.
I love them already.
I was like, what the hell is this? These aren't what they're described as. They're goats. Like, why...
Straight up, someone just didn't know how. Someone didn't know what a goat looked like, so they just kind of winged it. They're like, I really want to draw the Grunches, but like
I don't even want to search it up though to see what they look like.
Yeah.
Now onto exactly rumors of where Grunch Road may be. Some believe it became Gannon Road of the Little Woods neighborhood. Others on a website say it was in, I don't know how to pronounce any of this, so I apologize. Others on a website say it was in Lower Algiers, past English Turn, and none of this makes sense to me because I've never been there.
Yeah,
I've never.
None of this matters to us.
So if any of our listeners actually live there, I hope you're understanding what I'm saying.
Someone's like, "Oh, that makes sense." I've seen like 3 Grunches in the woods.
So more specifically around River Road, which is also known as Patterson Road, Delacroix Road, or Willow Drive.
I love LaCroix.
We stand LaCroix on this podcast. Another says it was in between Chalmette.
Timothy?
I hate you. Chalmette I-10 exit. Apparently in the 70s it was known as Paris Road and Bullard Road. The last several pieces of location info is from the website saintsreports.com. People really claim that this road exists or once did exist. There are a lot of different stories. though these two are the ones that consistently showed up and seemed as reputable as they could be for being an urban legend.
Mm-hmm.
And as I just described, there are many different locations where Grunch Row supposedly used to be, but the ones I listed seem to, again, be the ones that consistently showed up the most. The Grunch itself is still used as a way to get children to behave, apparently. One user from saintsreports.com quotes, "You'd better behave or I'll send you down Grunch Road." And that is the urban legend of the Grunch, Mr. and Mrs. Grunch of Grunch Row. Thank you.
We love you, Grunches.
I apologize for Sierra.
Invite us to your next dinner party. It's probably going to be great.
They'll be inviting me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm probably uninvited to the Grunches because I trash talked them hard. Sorry, Grunches.
So yeah, that's the Grunch.
I love them. I think that society did them dirty. I think we really need to make Grunch justice. Justice for Grunch.
I think we need a GoFundMe for the Grunches.
Start a GoFundMe to get them a goddamn house finally. Like, come on, you can't...
in trees.
Trees for generations.
Trees. And they're goats. They can't climb trees.
I mean, maybe they dig that. Maybe they're like, we're fine without walls. Like, we're people of the land.
But if you're gonna donate
we're
money,
Grunches of the land. Sorry.
If you're gonna donate money, we're not gonna be opposed to that.
We're not gonna be opposed to build the Grunches a house.
Please go to GoFundMe.com
/Grunch Fund.
We're disgusting. We've carried this on for so long, but you know what? It's worth it.
It's fine.
They're on our side now.
Shall we talk about mine?
Yeah.
Okay. So mine isn't... I feel like I broke the rules with this one because it isn't necessarily like a well-known urban legend.
You think the Grunch was?
Yeah, you're right. But this is more of like a localized, you know, how kids, like school kids, have their rumors and stuff that they kind of pass around. This is more that, which I've had a ton of in my experience as like an elementary schooler. So this is more of like a localized, a local urban legend from a place that I've actually never been to in my life.
Same.
But it's, so it's Staten Island. It's that area, like New York. Yeah, let's get into it. So basically, you and I actually, we both have never seen the documentary Cropsey.
No.
But that's what I'm talking about. So I tried researching around it as much as I could because here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to watch the documentary to get like the brunt of my research, but it's off Netflix and I'm mad.
The Grunch of your research?
That's disgusting. I'm sorry, Grunches. I didn't mean to call you disgusting. I'm so sorry.
They're applauding.
Thank you.
They love me.
Yeah. So I kind of had to do like manual research from the ground up. So I felt like I was kind of writing a documentary myself.
So did I. Let's do this.
Yeah. So I'll start with this. Joshua Zeman and Barbara Brancaccio. They are the directors. Joshua is the writer of Cropsey.
Those are names.
Right? And I hope that I'm pronouncing them right. I'm very sorry if I didn't. But yeah, that's them.
Right.
When they met, they kind of discussed things that went on in their hometown. And it's such a weird feeling when you're somewhere else and you meet someone from your own hometown. Because you kind of, it's like connecting in a way that no one else can really connect with you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, do you remember that weird thing that happened? They're like, oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a great feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, they basically connected, they got to talking, and they started talking about Cropsey, this urban legend that the kids would tell around school and just around town, you know? And basically what Cropsey is it's a story of a man who lived in the woods, who had, there's different accounts, but he had like a hook for a hand, or he had a bloody axe, or like a giant knife, whatever, just like a murdering tool. Yeah. Didn't really matter. And basically he was a former patient at Willowbrook. Now, Willowbrook is was an old Staten Island mental institution.
And it's real.
Yeah, it is real, and it was famously known for the expose that was done on it by Geraldo Rivera. In 1972, he went to Willowbrook, and he exposed just the terrible conditions that the children were in. And it's a children's mental institution.
Yeah.
Basically, they're at Willowbrook, there was one attendant to every 50
Jeez.
Yeah, one attendant to every 50 children.
That's horrible.
Which is not, it's definitely not enough people to care for, like, a bunch of children that probably need the most attention.
Yeah.
You know? They would also not give them proper feeding time. Like, when they were served their food, in order to get everyone fed, they would need to spend only 2 to 3 minutes with each kid to feed them.
What?
Which is not enough time to feed someone, especially someone who, like, because some of the kids there definitely needed help with, like, feeding and, like, attention. Yeah. A lot of the kids didn't even have clothes on. Like, there wasn't even enough clothes for them. So, it was a really messed up place. Yeah. It was, you know... Kids were living in, like, filth, and they weren't attended to properly. There weren't enough people there to take care of them. So the rumor basically is that one of the kids got out, which isn't that crazy of an idea if you think about it. If there's a bunch of kids there and not enough people to watch them, then obviously one or two of them had to have gone, like, missing at some point. Yeah. So they said Cropsey was an escaped mental institution patient who escaped when he was a kid, and he just grew up in the woods and kind of, lived from that. Yeah. And when he grew up, he started stealing children and killing them. God. So that urban legend was actually based in reality.
Like mine.
Like yours. Like the Grunches.
Yes.
The most real people we've ever met.
Yes.
We love the Grunches here.
Mr. and Mrs. Grunch.
So Andre Rochon was born in 1943. He wasn't a patient at Willowbrook, but he moved to Staten Island, and he was a physical aide at the Willowbrook Mental Institution. So he has connections there. And he was kind of, I don't want to say a crazy guy, but he wasn't really the most sane guy, you know? So on May 5th, 1969, Rochon was arrested for the kidnap and attempted rape of a 9-year-old girl. Why did I say I don't want to say crazy? This guy is literally crazy. Yeah. I'm like, better not trash talk Andre Rochon, who kidnapped a 9-year-old girl. Of course he's crazy.
Assaulted her.
Yeah. He only served 16 months in prison, and he was released on parole.
Oh.
Yeah.
For good behavior.
For good behavior.
You know.
You know, like good kidnappers do.
So what we're trying to say is, do something horrible, go to jail.
Behave well, get released.
Put on an act, and then you're out.
That's such a crazy thing. They're like, what's he in for? Oh, kidnapping a 9-year-old? I'm sure he won't do it again. Yeah. Like, it's fine.
He went to church one day.
He went to church once. He's leading, like, the arts and crafts club here. He's probably a good person, you know? So, yeah. After he was released, he changed his name to Andre Rand instead of Andre Rochon. Mm-hmm. Probably so that his name wasn't connected to that anymore. Because, like, obviously you wouldn't...
Yeah. Good for him.
Good job. Great.
He deserves that.
But he was also arrested 3 more times anyway for you know,
similar charges.
Lesser crimes, misdemeanors, like burglary.
Okay. What?
So in 1972, Rand was working as a painter at a Staten Island apartment complex, and in that same apartment, around the time that he was working, 5-year-old Alice Pereira ended up missing. Police suspected Rand, but they didn't have strong enough evidence to convict him, so he was set free.
Yeah.
He was also questioned for the disappearance of 7-year-old Holly Hughes, but he was released. That was another situation where he was there at around the same time, same place, but they didn't have solid enough evidence.
Yeah.
I pretty much think that his history could have been solid enough evidence, but I don't know how police work.
But good behavior.
Yeah, good behavior. It's fine.
That's more important.
He was actually questioned for Holly Hughes. Like, they brought him in for that one, but he was released. And on January 9th, 1983, this one's crazy. On January 9th, 1983, Rand rounded up 11 kids and put them in a van. His destination was the Newark airport. He basically spent the day with these 11 kids, eating burgers and watching planes take off. Just having a grand old time.
You know, I do that when I'm feeling very inspired,
Yeah, you just round up 11 kids and leave with them without telling anyone. Which is something that he did do. He didn't tell anyone.
It's good behavior, though, so, like...
Yeah, it's fine. He was behaving well.
It's good behavior.
So he got arrested.
No.
He got arrested for, the charge was unlawful imprisonment. Which is justifiable.
Kidnapping?
And
Might be a better...
Yeah, so for the crime of unlawful imprisonment, rounding up 11 kids and taking them from the place that they were before, he got 10 months in jail.
I'm rolling my eyes right now. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah. After he got out of jail, Rand was suspected in the 1983 disappearance of, Thais Jackson. And he was also possibly connected to the disappearance of 22-year-old Henry Gaforio, who was probably the oldest suspected victim of his. Yeah. Henry Gaforio was, he had developmental disabilities. He basically had the mindset of like a 15-year-old. So, yeah.
Bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly.
And then, on July 9th, 1987, Jennifer Schweiger, a 12-year-old with Down syndrome, disappeared from her home. Andre Rand was arrested in suspicion of her disappearance. 8 days later, her body was found in a shallow grave by a search and rescue volunteer.
Sweet thing. Oh my goodness.
She was found on the grounds of the Willowbrook Mental Institution, which was at the moment renamed the Staten Island Development Center. She was found near a makeshift campground that Andre Rand had been living in. So he was actually living in the woods, like near the Willowbrook grounds. In 1988, Rand was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison for the kidnapping and murder of Jennifer Schweiger. And here's the thing. They finally got him because they found her body. All of the victims that I mentioned before, I think there were 7 supposed victims or suspected victims in total.
Yeah.
None of their bodies have been found to this day. The only person that was found was Jennifer Schweiger. And that's what got him.
Have they searched the grounds?
They've searched... I'm gonna say yeah. Like, that's probably a given that they've searched the grounds. They've probably searched everywhere. And so he was given 25 years to life for her murder.
Yeah.
And he would have gotten out in 2004, or he would have been up for parole in 2004 if it weren't for him being convicted again of the kidnapping of Holly Hughes. So they brought her case back up, and he was sentenced to another 25 years to life in prison. So he will be eligible for parole in 2037, when he is 93 years old.
That's still too soon.
It's still too soon. But the fact that New York has no statute of limitations on kidnapping is great, because that's what got him. Yeah. If he could have been tried in 2000, or he could have been up for parole in 2004, he could have gotten out. You know,
I think thinking of the statute. Or can I talk? The stat.
You could collect your thoughts, and then we can
see
statute.
Statute. So I was correct.
Yeah.
The statute of limitations is such a tricky. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I think it does some good, and then sometimes I hear cases like this, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly. There's so many cases.
Especially on murder.
Yeah.
Why is there a statute on murder?
Is there a statute on murder?
In some states, I'm pretty sure.
Let me look it up just to fact check. So basically, the statute of limitations. Crimes considered heinous by society have no statute of limitations. Although there is usually no statute of limitations for murder. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's usually no statute of limitations for murder. I thought so. Judges have been known to dismiss murder charges in cold cases if they feel the delay violates the defendant's rights to a speedy trial. It's such a complicated situation, the statute of limitations, but sometimes it is kind of ridiculous. Like when you hear of victims coming up years later for like sexual assault and rape. that can't get their justice because they took so long to kind of go through what they were going through, and they were finally ready to tell their story and kind of expose what happened.
People think it's so black and white.
But it's very complicated.
It's not, and it's fully up to the victim.
Yeah.
And what they can do and what they can handle.
Mm-hmm.
If they feel strong enough, we should be, to come forward years later, even after, we should be applauding them.
But, yeah. That was the story of Cropsey.
We should watch the documentary.
We should find the documentary somewhere. I think it might be on, like, Hulu or something.
We're definitely going to watch the documentary together.
I think it's... The one thing that caught me is that I feel like urban legends... I'm not interested in urban legends unless they have some basis in truth. Because you can make anything up.
Yeah.
And I'm not interested in it unless...
Yours was very deeply rooted.
Yeah. That's what caught me. Is that there are so many other urban legends, like the man with the hook on his hand and stuff, that like just don't interest me because...
actually inspired by like a true murder that happened.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you know which one?
No, but I actually watched a documentary on Netflix that I should watch with you.
Yeah.
Where it's basically these people go investigate the true crimes and murders that inspired all the legends.
Please find it for me. Are you kidding?
I watched it. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. There was a real hook man of Lover's Lane that used to attack teenagers.
Yeah.
There was the poison in candy or razor blades in candy that came directly from a murder. I think a man murdered his son with Halloween candy.
I think I've heard of that one.
And that's what inspired the poison candy thing. Yeah. And it's just like, it's so cool. To hear. It's basically, urban legends are like advanced rumors. You know what I'm saying? So they start from like a grain of truth and then they spread out into these huge, intricate, complicated stories. And the internet has done nothing to quell these rumors, you know? That's why I'm kind of glad that sites like Snopes exist. Yeah. One that I just want to see killed and never talked about again is Slender Man.
Is that an urban legend or is that...
It became
we
one.
know,
but to kids...
We literally know the source of it. Yeah, you're right.
But to younger generations...
Yeah.
After what happened... Mm-hmm. I think that movie that they're making is
the Slender Man movie.
I think it's in bad taste.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think after what happened, after something severe happened, stemming from it, I think we should have canceled.
Just stop that. Legend. Yeah, you're right. Because
it became
for kids,
real
urban legends are a different thing completely for kids. Like I remember, because I grew up with the internet as well as a kid. I remember just looking up things. You remember chain texts? Like,
no.
Really? It used to be a thing in, like, I would say when I was in, like, even, like, 5th or 6th grade.
What is it?
Where you would get a text from, like, one of your friends it was one of your friends who sent a text, and it was, like, this girl was pushed down a well, and now she wants to avenge her
chain emails,
death.
kind of. Yeah. Yeah, I got the emails, not so much the text.
And things like that were so real to us when we were kids that it was crazy.
With that case, this Slender Man case, with those two girls, I feel like that became... Yeah. Especially with kids that have a harder perception of reality, that have different mental illnesses.
They took something that
it was real to them.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm a champion, even... in adulthood, there's so many people that don't know how to research things and look things up. There's so many people that don't know what like the truth is. You know, I'm a champion of researching, finding out the truth, kind of not trusting a news source at face value.
With what's going on in the world right now, I've become more in tune with actually doing research before reacting. Research before reacting.
A certain amount of skepticism is never a bad thing.
No.
Especially if something sounds too insane to be true. It probably is. I mean, it probably isn't. It's a crazy world out there, especially now. Yeah. But, you know, always make sure to double check your sources and where your news is coming from and where your information's coming from. Yeah. And just, you know. Yeah. Stay woke out there.
Stay woke.
Oh, God. Come on. I want to cut that out.
No, we're not going to do that. But just remember, Grunches are real.
Grunches are real. That is a fact. Don't look it up otherwise.
I have talked to them. Please respect their privacy. Do not try to find them. They're witness protection program right now.
They're strong. They're swole.
they have a family, and we just gotta respect their rights to that.
God, we love grunches.
Well, is that it? Are you done?
That's it. Do you have anything else to say?
No,
Any parting words?
Follow our socials.
Yes.
On Instagram at the Jane Does Podcast. We are on Facebook. Just look up the Jane Does. We're on Twitter at the Jane Does Pod. Mm-hmm. We upload to Stitcher. We're on Stitcher and SoundCloud right now.
We're gonna get onto Google Play. We're waiting for
approval from Spotify.
We also are trying to figure out iTunes. We're having a bit of technical issues.
We're gonna eventually be on iTunes, but right now there's just issues going on, and
yeah, we're good.
We just have to jump the roadblock eventually, but we'll announce everything. We might even be up when this podcast goes up.
Hopefully, and let's pray.
I think we decided Friday uploads.
Yeah, we're gonna upload every Friday.
Every Friday.
Hopefully that's very consistent of us.
Hopefully, but yeah.
That's it. So, episode 4.
Oh, a little sneak peek.
A little sneak peek on episode 4.
I just did jazz hands.
It's very excited. Episode 4 is called Based on a True Story.
And that's all you get to know.
That's all you get to know.
So sleep
until
on
next
that.
Week.
Until next week, friends.
That's it.
This has been Pearl.
And this has been Sierra.
Have a good day. Yeah.